Okay, everyone, I am back. Hopefully you are too, still here. Technical difficulties, I guess. I'm not sure if I was logged in properly, but hopefully some of you who were waiting for me to show up, hopefully you're here. If you are, okay, there I am. I am live. So for some reason, I don't know, I just wasn't connected. So I'm glad we're here now. So hopefully some of you have stayed around and are going to tune in. So leave me a comment, okay, if you're here. So I do know that somebody is here, but I think I am live now. So, okay, so I think we have some viewers watching. Okay, there we go. Hello, everyone. Hi, Wendy and Carolyn. Welcome. I am just not sure. Facebook can be funny, and no, it was me. Technical difficulties on my end. I think the software I use did some updates, and I don't think I connected properly or something, or it's Facebook. My iPad is kind of acting a little wonky today too, but okay. Hi, Beverly and Linda and Kathy and Jean. Welcome, welcome. I've got lots to share with you, and I know I'm late already, so, and just to forewarn you, UPS is supposed to be coming, so I've given Jack strict orders. He's over to the barn to hopefully flag him down so he doesn't come to the house and Cooper barks. So, oh, I see we've got some new guests here. So hi, Betty and Elizabeth. Welcome. I don't know if you're totally new, but they're fairly new names to me. So I'm trying to get to know you. So no, it was totally me, just some total difficulty. So just remember, as I'm crafting with you this afternoon, give me some likes and hearts. And what I love even better, if you share my page with your friends and family. So don't forget to leave a comment. 2 lucky people will get one of the cards that I make today, and hopefully you're going to love it. So let's get started. Okay. Hi, Colleen and Ann and Wendy. Oh, good. Wendy, you're waiting for UPS. So let's do a little housekeeping first. Okay, so I just want to share with you that tomorrow is the last day to take advantage of Celebration. Okay, so there's still some wonderful products in here. This lovely delicate dahlias, that's $100 level, and also these summer shadow dies. There is a stamp set that coordinates with that, and of course this is a $50 level, the textures and frames. I don't think I ever used that this year. And hey, Charlotte and Mary and Linda, welcome. The sheep dies are totally sold out, so if you missed ordering them already, you are just a little too late. But the sheep stamp set is still available, and you could still fussy cut that. So the Peaceful Prints designer paper is available, as far as I know. The last time I checked, it was still there. And we're using this today. So in the comments, I don't think anybody really responded to yesterday's post. Which of the designs do you think I'm going to use today? Okay, with that beautiful poinsettia stamp set. The beautiful pen designer paper is still available as far as I know. And this feels like home stamp set as well. And best of all, I'm saving the best for last. The Playful Penguin designer paper. I love this paper. It is so nice, but unfortunately, you can get the stamp set, but the punch is unorderable until November. It has been such a hit, but how could it not be a hit having this paper? So this isn't expected back in until November, but I still think the paper by itself is so versatile. You don't even really need the punch, okay? Just using the paper. So if you're interested in placing an order, you can go to my online store. you can go directly to my website, or I find the easiest place is go to my blog, createwithnancy.com, and click the Shop Now button, okay, to place your order. But mostly what I really want to talk about is I've been working on team projects. My team is going to be doing a Fall Fun Fest event next month in October, and so I'm excited to be starting my creativity process, and after the event I'll share my projects with you. But if you've ever thought about wanting to be part of a team, a stamping community, and would love to take advantage of the starter kit, you can still do that you can do that anytime, but there's an awesome deal going on for anybody who would love to take advantage of the starter kit. It's only $99 plus tax, and you get to choose $125 in product, plus there is a list of 12 bundles here in the back of the Saleabration catalog in the join section that you can choose for free to be part of your starter kit as well. Plus you also get a paper pumpkin and some business supplies as well, if you wanted to do more than just be a discount shopper. Okay, if anybody would love more information about the join special, feel free to message me about it, okay? Because it has to be in by tomorrow, and the sooner you do it, the better, especially during business hours, because then if there's any problems, Stampin' Up's available to help us out. Okay, so enough of that. So I would love for you to be a part of my Ink 'em with Heart Stampers team. We have a lot of fun. We meet regularly each month, and we do a lot of crafting. So I'm not sure if I shared what we did last month. I'll have to. Maybe later today I'll take some pictures and share what we did. But this past week I did an event at the Elbridge Library, and I just have to, one of the participants at the class, she just loved what she learned. We featured designer paper envelopes, okay? And she just ran with it. She fell in love with making these, and I was so thrilled to receive this card in the mail from her, thanking me for the class and what fun she had and how much she learned. So, and that was at the Elbridge Community Library, so here in Elbridge, New York. So I hope to be doing another class soon with more members of the community soon. So watch for details if you missed out on that class. Okay, so what are we doing now? So let's talk about, we'll just do a little refresher course, okay, about this bundle. Last week I kind of really focused on the dies, and I really wanted to do a little bit more with the stamp set. It's so easy just to not stamp. And just use your dies and designer paper and maybe some words for creativity. So let's, what am I going to say? So let me show you some of the samples we did last week. Remember this gorgeous white on white color? We used the gorgeous grape ink and just paired it with a little bit of soft succulent ink for the leaves. Okay, and that 3D effect is just awesome, I think. And then we did this one here with the gold outline and just layered some designer paper on it, so you can get as fancy or as avid as you want, okay? And then this one showcased kind of how when we didn't cut out the detailed part and just did the outer edges, and it still looks just beautiful, okay? It's a large die, so it just kind of fits perfectly on that card front, okay? And then finally, I love this one here. I love it with the silver background, and I paired it with the Peaceful Place designer paper. As you can see, that gray and white color scheme paper that's in our mini catalog, and of course some of that silver foil that has the different shades of gray in it as well. So this is my favorite. I just think it's just a nice, striking, elegant card. And it's great for a winter birthday or even like a silver anniversary or maybe even a New Year's Eve card as well. So lots of great ideas there. And some samples that I didn't show you is I think it's fun to add a little color into it, right? So this designer paper is the hand pen designer paper. That's a celebration choice. It's got that black and white color scheme with the hand pen design to it. So this is using, I used my blending brush and added Granny Apple Green to the frame. So that is just kind of like a totally different look. What do you think of this color, everyone? And then I'm also pairing it with, this is Coastal Cabana on here. I think the color contrast with that black and white paper is just kind of neat. You guys must not be loving this because my comments have just stopped all of a sudden. And then finally more Coastal Cabana, and then I've added a gorgeous grape flower. So you do. Okay, I have a comment. Thank you, Colleen. I'm glad you love the different colors. So you can just kind of get creative with this die and give it a totally different look. To me, it doesn't really look too Christmassy anymore. You could pair it with a different flower, but I was just kind of working with that poinsettia stamp set and dies. Okay, so let's move on to the star of the show. So remember, give me an idea, which of these designs do you think I'm going to work with? You think we're going to go with the green palette, the Sahara red, this is garden green, the checkerboard, or the stripes, okay? So kind of give me an idea for the final card. So first of all, let's start out with, so this idea came from our last team meeting, okay? Because I shared this, remember the one sheet wonder plus sign technique? Well, my team member loved it and she fell in love with it and created a set of cards. Sherry, so I'm going to give a shout out to Sherry, using this plus sign. What do you guys think? Right here. So the versatility, I got to make sure we are in frame here today. My camera is just, let's just bump it this way a little bit more. Okay, so let me show you. So here, this is kind of what I started with was the checkerboard. Okay, I love that you guys are giving me comments about this. So this plus sign makes being creative. And I just use the larger and the smaller two flowers, okay? I use the smaller and the larger. And this is what I started with, is I just started adding flowers with my large base first, and then went in and added the center flower, okay? And then there is like this little tiny like stuff for the center of the poinsettias. It's subtle, but you can kind of see that in the inside, okay? And then I just started adding leaves in some of the dead space. And they're not perfectly, they're not meant to, they're just kind of like adding dead space. So I think it's okay that things aren't like, you know how leaves are meant to be like in the crook of the flower petal. But I think it's totally okay. And then I just use the speckle die to even fill it in even more. So there's lots of versatility between the ferns and the leafy looks and your regular holly leaves to create a really cool background. So you could even add more if you want, and I think it's okay to overlap. So as you can see here, they all just look beautiful, don't you think? So I just added lots of bling and I cut them down. I always start out with just completely cut it in half, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then that gives me my pieces to decide where I want to take off. Do I want to take off more white or more on here? Because you want to leave enough space for your greetings, okay? So I always just love doing the completely cut it in four. into 4 pieces, so I've got a little bit of versatility to work, okay? Your hands aren't moving. It looks like my stream is doing okay, so hopefully everything's okay. So I just, each one I've added kind of just some different embellishments. I used the stamp set and dies to cut out some poinsettias, add a little leaf and a little ribbon, and just a little bit of bling in the flower center. So, yes, Jane, I know Sherry's cards are totally beautiful, and she did an awesome job and great inspire me to do this. Here I wrapped some, let me touch this again. Maybe not. There we go. That's what I got to do. So adding some ribbon and tying a bow just for a little bit different look. Just different greetings. I love the greetings in this. Thinking of you this festive season. And this one adds just the holly to it. So simple, simple, and just look how beautiful the inside stamps up as well. So let me just check out comments here. Yes, they're all so different, so no matter what you do, Linda, I could do this same card layout again and it's going to look totally different, because you cannot, unless you perfectly look at, you know, a previous sample and do it exactly, but it's too hard to do the same exact layout again. Okay, and then just a simple embellishment using your stamps on your envelope too, instead of using designer paper. So simple stamping is what it is. Okay, so hopefully that inspires you to also use your stamp set along with the dies. Okay, because I feel like I don't use my stamps as much as I want to. So hopefully you will give this plus sign technique a try. Think of other stamp sets you can use. Remember, we use the leaf, or the big branches and the pine cones last time. Okay, so I have another card to share with you. We're going to use that designer paper. So I'm trying to think what everybody was thinking. There's a vote for checkerboard, the Sahara combo, reds. So I think that's kind of it, that I'm just quickly looking at comments. Okay, so we are going to go with the Sahara sand combo. Okay, so let's, so one of the things we're using is the rectangled stitch framelit dies. I love these, and it's just a great way, you're going to see in a second, on how to add more texture to your card. Okay, Linda's tried other stamps with it. What other stamps have you used with that? Linda, I'd love to know what other stamp sets. And Colleen, she does some community service projects for local Meals on Wheels, and creates cards to be included with their meals once a month, her and a bunch of other friends, and she uses this technique on her cards that she's including. So, and that's the other thing about my team. Our team commits to doing some type of community service project every quarter, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about our next project coming up soon. Okay, Linda says the sunflower stamp set. That would be pretty. I'm going to have to try that. Maybe in some fall colors. Okay, so this is the card we're going to use with that Sahara sand, and this is part of the celebration paper that's only available for one more day. Okay, at 11:59 tomorrow night at p.m. is when it all goes away. So so this is called a Z fold. So I'm going to show you how to make this. I'm sure we've used it before, but it never hurts to reinforce it. And it's always made a little bit differently. You can never make the same card the same way twice, I think. Okay, so we were talking about that stitch rectangle die. Can you see the stitching where I did the layering here? Look at that. Okay, look at the difference that makes on that inside layer. I think I love, I don't know, I don't do this too often and add designer paper to the inside of my card, but I kind of like this look and I feel like I need to do it more often. So let me show you how we're going to do this, okay? So we're first starting out with, and I'm going to have, if you go to my blog tomorrow, I'll have measurements there and some pictures with some step-by-step pictures. And while you're there, on my blog, createwithnancy.com, make sure you subscribe to my blog and sign up for my newsletter so you don't miss out on anything. Oh, look at this. Oh, I've got a special guest here. Her name is Kelly. She's one of my friends from Kentucky that we met during a leadership conference, and we roomed together. So, hey, Kelly, it's so good to see you, sister. Thank you, Kelly. Okay, so we start with the Sahara card base, and it's 4 1/4 by 11 inches, okay? And 2 simple measurements. You are going to score from your left-hand side. So let me get out my trimmer here. I've already pre-scored mine, so I like to start at 2 3/4 inches, and then I move it down to 5 1/2. That's it. So simple. So just 2 score marks, and then this is just going to get folded back. So just make sure you've got a really nice crease and everything lines up, and that's what's gonna. It's not going to be secured down, okay? You are you're just going to leave it open, and this is what's going to just create what they call a Z, okay? That look like a Z from there, okay? So it's very simple to layer this up. So let's start with our front panel, okay? And I'm going to just keep it simple. Let me think here. That goes with that. So we're just adding some designer paper to this piece of white cardstock and just a little border. So I kind of, lots of times we pick colored, but I like the way that the white pairs with the Sahara sand and makes the designer paper pop on top, okay? So we're going to just add this simple panel to this one right here. And just get it even here. And that's panel number 1, okay? Then we're going to, and then this panel here is going to be part of our, kind of like our little panel here that's going to maneuver. This isn't going to get secured down. We're going to only secure part of this. So let's, and I like, because we're using 2 colors, 2 patterns that coordinate with each other. That is key too. I love the monochromatic look of this card, okay? I know we've had some great memories when we've been to leadership together, Kelly. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. So we've got that. So I'm going to just set this aside because we're going to finish the inside of our panel here. But let's do a little bit of stamping, okay, first. So we're going to add our greeting, and we're going to use a joyful Christmas to you and yours. I'm getting lots of Christmas cards kind of done for this year, I hope. Now I just need to address them. So let's just, I'm using Old Olive ink, and I almost would love to use like Mossy Meadow. I think this looks good. And then I'm going to use Real Red here to stamp our flower. I'm going to just put a poinsettia up here in the center, and then some crushed curry for that center part of the flower as well. Okay, and then let's add a holly leaf here. Remember, when you're inking up, it's just a tapping motion. I'm barely pressing into the ink pads with these foam pads. You want to just do your tapping motion. And I like to, when it's kind of like a solid image, to press and hold it a little bit longer, just so it gives you time for the ink to absorb into our cardstock. Okay, so let's organize here. So this is done. So let's add this to our piece of Sahara sand here. You know what? I'm going to set that aside. I like to go from large to small. So when you are gluing, adhering, it's always best to never start with the larger piece. It's always on your smaller piece, okay, to add your adhesive to, so you don't have to worry about going outside the lines, okay. A lot of new stampers do that, so it's always good to, so I've got adhesive on here and I never have to worry. Okay, so we're going to just center this onto here, okay. And don't you love the look of that? I think it just looks so striking with that stitched piece on top, and then the frame of the designer paper as well. Okay, I'm going to turn this upside down. I like to make sure I'm centered. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so what do you guys think so far? Oh, good, Debbie. Hey, Debbie, welcome. Tap, tap every time he stamped. That is so cute. He's a stamper in the making. So, okay. So welcome if you're just joining in. I'm glad you're here. So we've got our little center panel. So what I like to do, I'm going to put dimensionals on this, okay? So where do you put your dimensionals, right? Do you wonder about that? So an easy way to do that is kind of get your direction going, and then, you know, just make sure your design isn't upside down or whatever on the wrong side. So then I just take and flip it, okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm centering this side because I want a nice center edge around here and kind of like this edge too. So I think that looks pretty darn good, okay? And now I can see where my edge is, where I don't want to have dimensionals. So can you see that? I don't want dimensionals past that point right there, okay? Great, like the DP tip, good. So here we're gonna add some dimensionals. You see I'm not going past that folded edge here, okay? And dimensionals on this layer just really makes the top of this card, you know, look great, I think. Okay, so we've got our dimensionals. So let's take these backings off. Okay, and now I'm going to just flip this around because I know there's no adhesive here. So I don't have to worry about it sticking down, and I know I want to frame this, okay? So I can do that and then press down. What do you guys think? Isn't that really, really cool? How it framed here and then over here as well. Okay, so let's add some flowers. So I've already die cut some flowers, and I've stamped the word joy on here, but we need to flag the end. So I love using my tailor-made punch for this, and you can see that V in there will help you line your cardstock up so you know that your point is going to be even, okay? There we go. So if you just lightly squeeze your punch without punching it all the way, kind of just holds your cardstock in place so you're sure that's where you want it to be, okay? Oh, that came out perfect. Look at that. Okay, so your punches are a great resource to use, okay? Great cards. Yes, this is a great card to send to anyone. I'm going to just trim this a little bit, and I gotta look at my sample here. What am I doing? Okay, so I'm going to pull out a couple of these already stamped and die cut flowers, okay, and a couple leaves as well. All right, we got some leaves and die cuts. So let's just use some glue dots because I don't want too much adhesive. I just really want, you could use some liquid glue if you wanted to. I just really want some adhesive in the center, and then just kind of figure out where you want it to go so it gives you that dimensionalized look. Okay, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. What do I need to do? There we go. Let's see if we can zoom in just a little bit more. Okay, hopefully, whoops, that's way too much zoom. Okay, sorry guys, it's touchy. There we go. Okay. Okay, whoops. Oh, goodness. We got away from things. Hold on. I definitely am pushing the wrong button here today. So let me go with this. There we go. Now we're back to my desk, right? But we're not zoomed in, so I'm gonna just play it safe. I've got too many open screens and I can't see what's going on. Okay. So isn't that, look how it creates the really kind of full flower there. All right. So what do I want to do? I'm going to put some glue dots on the top of my leaf here. Okay. And then I can just kind of get a feel where to put it. Okay. By adding it ahead of time. And let's do another one. Whoops, I didn't put that on the top. Let's put it on the top. So there we go. And we've got a beautiful flower. Okay, so let's just, got cook all over. Let's just add some adhesive on the back here because this is going to be flat. I didn't dimensionalize this. And let me add some over here because we're going to add the word joy, I think, right there. I'm sticking. This stuff is very sticky. Okay, I think that looks pretty darn good. We will go with that. And I probably should have added a little adhesive underneath here. There we go. Okay, but let's add a little bling. So I'm going to use these larger rhinestones here just to really bling up the center. Okay. There we go. How does that look? And then I think we're going to finish it off. So what do you guys think? I couldn't decide whether to go with a bow or no bow. What do you think looks better? Do you think adding a bow over here would look okay? I'm glad you're loving this. So it's the bow or no bow. So while we're deciding on the bow, let's stamp our envelopes. So we're going to just make it very simple, kind of like the inside of our card. I actually have two because I need to make sure we have a card for 2 comment winners. And I've already drew some numbers today because in honor of my friend Pat, it's her birthday today. So number 9 and 29 are 2 lucky comment winners today. So whoever, I'll go back and see who it is. So actually they both look good. Bow and without bow, no bow. No bow. Okay, you guys are great. No bow it is. I think that was the big, I know, I couldn't like decide. So I might just take that off and not have a bow there. I don't know if I'll rip it. Okay, I did get it off. I think, no, I ripped it. So I'll add the bow back onto this one. So anyways, let's add a leaf to this, and then I think we are about done. Isn't that so simple to do this? And I think we're going to add the word joy, if I can find it here. kind of didn't put that out. I kind of like having the word joy here on the outside of the envelope. What do you think? Just by adding that, it just gives it something more for the recipient to kind of get an idea what is coming ahead. No bow wins. They both look great. Thanks, Kelly. Put a bling on that spot. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to, I don't know, I'll kind of see. It might not be so bad, be very noticeable, but I might just add it. Okay, so there's our beautiful card as a Z fold. Isn't that kind of neat? And they can kind of display it on a shelf or something as well. Kind of like this, you know, it'll be kind of like, so it'll be kind of cool. So hopefully this is inspiring you to get going on your holiday cards, everyone. And if you have any questions, let me know. Let me think here. What else did we say? I think I hit all my key points of what I wanted to talk about with you all today. I know I guess we did pretty good, like a half an hour, a little bit more than a half an hour. So that was pretty good for starting late. So enjoy. It's kind of chillier here today here in central New York. I actually turned my heat on because I was cold. Well, the doors were open. I guess last night I turned the heat on, and I opened up the doors earlier today, and but now they're shut up because I was getting chilly. So thank you, everyone. If you're new, thank you for tuning in. Make sure to check out my website, createwithnancy.com, and you can also find this video uploaded to YouTube at some point, hopefully later today. And join me again next week for some more creativity. Okay, bye-bye, everyone.